In this module, we are going to look at lone working, including some of the dangers and some of the actions that might be taken to help safeguard lone workers. Lone workers should not be at more risk than other employees. Yet, from the very nature of their jobs, the risks are potentially higher unless steps are taken to control them. Lone workers are those people who work by themselves, without close or direct supervision. They may be found in a wide range of situations. Service station attendants, estate agents, security guards, call-out engineers, shop workers. The list is long and varied. Such workers can either work at fixed establishments, or they may have jobs that require them to travel. They can work during normal working hours or outside of normal hours. But no matter what the time or location, care needs to be taken to ensure that they are safe. As with many other safety issues, the easiest way to protect these people is to look at what they do and what the potential risks are. Each job should have a risk assessment, which defines what controls and safeguards are required to protect the lone worker and anyone who may be affected by their work. It is the employer's responsibility to undertake these risk assessments, which should include any self-employed people that they employ. Areas that need to be looked at are: what happens if there is an emergency, such as illness, fire, or an accident? What procedures are in place to check the well-being of the lone worker? And how might they summon help? Depending upon the work being undertaken, there may be many other risks that need to be assessed. For example, can the lone worker operate required machinery safely? Do any chemicals or hazardous substances pose a particular risk? Does the work involve lifting objects too large for one person? Is there a risk of violence? Are young, pregnant or disabled workers particularly at risk if they work alone? Are there any other reasons why an individual, for example, a trainee or a woman, may be more vulnerable than others? If you are a single or remote worker, or if you work after normal hours, you should always try to be aware and anticipate potential risks. Don't arrange to meet people you don't know in unpopulated or risky locations. If traveling to a new address, ask colleagues if they are familiar with the area. They may know if there are any particular risks and may suggest safe places to park. If you have any suspicions about an appointment, check back to ensure it is legitimate. For example, ring a company's reception to verify the identity of the person you are meeting and that the address is authentic. When you arrive, check whether there are any obvious potential risks before leaving your vehicle. Arrange to call someone when you arrive and let them know when they should hear back from you. This ensures someone knows what you are doing and allows an alarm to be raised if you fail to check back in. If you are working late in your workplace, or you know that colleagues are working late, then ensure that the premises are secure. Leaving windows or doors unlocked may well be risky. It is still important, however, that fire exits are not chained or blocked while people are still in the building. When you do leave, plan ahead to make sure that you have sufficient money on you if you intend traveling by public transport. Or if you are traveling by car, park, if possible, close by in a well-lit area. If it will be dark, try to anticipate if there may be potential dangers when you leave, and what action you can take to avoid it. For example, will there be sufficient lighting? Will you be at risk from slips, trips, or possible violence? In some jobs, unfortunately, trouble may come to you. If faced with aggression, then try to stay calm. Listen carefully and try to understand what the problem is. Don't try to talk over someone. Just wait until you have an opportunity to repeat the problem or complaint quietly and as clearly as possible. This will confirm you are listening and taking their problem seriously. If you feel threatened or think you need to defuse the situation, then think about or have planned an exit strategy. An exit strategy is a way of removing yourself from a situation to either obtain help or provide time to allow the situation to cool down. You might, for example, say that you need to refer to a file, a colleague or superior, so that you have a reason to leave the situation. As a lone worker, the best way to stay safe is plan ahead, analyze potential risks, and take steps to reduce them as far as possible.